Korea may have had its first female leader in former President Park Geun-hye, but even aside from the fact she was impeached, it's hard to say her election resulted in a change of fortune for the country's women and girls. Korea continues to rank low or near the bottom of metrics on women's empowerment. And for the main candidates in next month's election, 4 of whom are men, that issue is sure to be on the agenda of whichever one of them becomes president. But they each have different ideas on how to remedy the situation. Our Kim Hyun-bin takes a look at some of their main policy pledges.
Democratic Party of Korea presidential hopeful Moon Jae-in is focusing in gender equality pledges on ensuring equal representation for women in the workforce. That, says Moon, will increase women's labor participation, which will be a booster for the overall economy. He pointed out that women in Korea are paid 36% less on average than their male counterparts, and that women account for just 2.6% of top-level executives at Korean corporations. That places Korea at the very bottom among all 35 OECD member nations.
First, I will bring down the wall of gender discrimination in the workplace. I will bring more women into the workplace by increasing female youth employment. I will also lay out a 5-year plan to narrow the wage gap between men and women down to the OECD average of 15.3%.
Gender equality is something addressed in other candidates' policy pledges as well. People Party candidate An Chol-soo has vowed to provide greater funding and resources to preventing violence against women. He pledged to establish a violence prevention center and more strictly punish domestic and sexual violence offenders. Liberty Korea Party candidate Hong Jun-pyo has focused his pledges on Korea's low birth rate. He wants to give a reward of around $10,000 in cash to families that have a second child, and promised to pay tuition through college for the third. Yoo Seung-min of the splintered Park Party pledged to expand maternity leave at private companies to 3 years from the current 1. Progressive candidate Shim Sang-jung of the Justice Party promised to set a female employment quota, with penalties for companies that failed to meet it.
All candidates running for the top office agree that gender discrimination is a serious issue. Although different in method and level of enforcement, the goal is one: creating a better workplace for female workers. Kim Hyun-bin, Arirang News.